I want to talk about this a little bit more now. Republican consultant Stuart Stevens is our next guest. He's a senior advisor to the Lincoln Project, and Stuart has a lot of experience in this arena that we're talking about. He's helped on debate prep, I believe, for 5 presidential campaigns. Welcome to the show. It's good to have you on. I'm going to put up the rules for this debate first. We'll start there, and maybe you can tell us who they favor with no studio audience. Podiums decided by a coin flip. Think Biden one's going to go to the right side. Trump will have the last word, apparently, on the closing statements. And then that last one's interesting. Mike's muted when the opponents have a turn to speak. We certainly didn't see that last time around. Do the rules favor one or the other, you think, if you were prepping one of these guys?
I think these rules are a big win for the Biden campaign. Trump feeds off an audience. He needs an audience. And, of course, he ignores the rules. So if they, in fact, enforce these rules, which I think they will turn his mic off. And it's going to be really fascinating to see how Donald Trump reacts. I would not be surprised if Donald Trump walks off the stage at some point out of frustration that he can't keep talking. But we'll see. Again, I think this is how debates should be. They shouldn't be in front of a big crowd. They ought to be serious events. They ought to be just one person against another person. So I think it's good for debates. I think it's bad for Donald Trump.
There would be a flashback is in order. I would say that there would be one point I would challenge you on or question you on, but I want to play the clip first, going back 4 years to that first debate where there certainly were no muted mics. In fact, Trump was speaking over everybody, including moderator Chris Wallace, and it sounded a little like this.
Obamacare, I got rid of it.
I'd like
and we will protect
Mr.
people.
President, I'm the moderator of this debate, and I would like you to let me ask my question, and then you can answer.
Go ahead.
The question
Supreme
is,
Court Justice, radical left.
Will you shut up, man?
Listen, who is on your list, Joe? Why didn't you do it over the last 25 years?
Because you weren't president. Because you weren't president screwing things up.
You were a senator. And
You're the worst
president
America has ever had.
So here's the point I would question you about, because I think you're right. The conventional wisdom is that not having that would help Biden, right? And I'm sure they pushed for it, the muted mics. I just was wondering, that didn't play well for Trump. I don't remember it helping him. So I'm wondering if they, with these rules, are kind of inadvertently saving him from himself this time around. What do you think?
Well, it's a really interesting point, because I think that Donald Trump came across as unlikable, bullying, you know, the guy next to you on the plane that won't shut up even when you send him to sleep. So, you know, that's an interesting way to look at it. I think the Biden campaign really wants to get out there and show that Joe Biden can articulate a vision for America. And what's happened here is, you know, the Trump campaign has set the bar so low for Biden. They say he has dementia, he can't speak in whole sentences. That's not a very high bar. I mean, most people can pass that. So I think they've done a not great job setting expectations for this debate.
Yeah, that's a strategic mistake, isn't it, by Trump, to just say that basically Biden can't put, to your point, can't put 2 sentences together. It's basically setting up Biden to jump over that lowered bar. If you were prepping him, what would be the key? Would it be all about issues and specifics? Is it how you look? Is it your tone? I mean, what's important for Joe Biden to do?
Listen, if I was prepping Joe Biden, I would say they're not going to be opening statements, I believe, but I would, whatever the first question is, I would say, I'll answer that. But first, I just want to say it's a disgrace that someone who is a convicted felon is running for the president of the United States, and he should get out of this race. 34 felony convictions. We cannot have that in the Oval Office. And then I'd answer the debate. So I would go on the attack against Trump from the very get-go.
He has to prove, and how much is substance, right? How much is issues, and how much are things like that, the lines? Because I'm thinking about the way we're going to consume all of this, the way we do it these days. Right. I'll watch the debate, obviously. I'm sure you'll watch the debate. A bunch of people won't watch the whole debate, but they'll check their feed on TikTok or Instagram or Twitter or whatever the case may be the next day, and they'll see the clips. So for Joe Biden, that does matter, how you look, right? How you look on stage. I mean, more so than most people. He's 81 years old.
Yeah, look, I mean, both of these candidates are going to be the oldest president we have, both the last that we'll have born in the shadow of World War II. You know, I think that Biden needs to come across as calm, as in control, as strong. Donald Trump, he has to have some reason to vote for him. That's the thing that really gets me now about my old party. What is the bargain they're striking with people? When you vote for Trump, what do you get? What is the policy? And he hasn't really even tried to articulate that yet. It's kind of a list of grievances. So I think Biden needs to show that he's somebody that has a vision for the future and is in command.
Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.